Where's everybody at?
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon, and we are here getting ready for game day, which is going to be starting early for the Cowboys. I hate the 1 o'clock kickoffs because there's so much I got to do before 1 o'clock, and of course, the big sub, we are having a big corned beef Reuben sub for tomorrow, and so on. But let me go ahead without further ado.
Does not work. I hope everybody's having.
What? Am I hearing ghosts? Am I hearing ghosts in here? Okay. Let me get going with our panel of one at this moment. We have Brother Roz. Brother Roz, how are you doing, man?
Aside from the fact that I am screwing up your YouTube show, I'm doing all right.
You're not screwing up my show. What, are you kidding me? Screwing up my show?
I was playing you in the background, and then I ended up clicking. Anyways,
if that's the worst thing that happens on my show, then I'm actually doing pretty good. Okay, because this is not ESPN. This is YouTube, and in YouTube, it's about you. And when everybody knows me, everybody knows I make tons and tons of mistakes here. But I'm actually enjoying this weather today. And tomorrow, Miami. Let's start with Miami here while we get the rest of the panel in here. What are your thoughts about Tua getting back out there tomorrow? Any worries or concerns? Should the NFL have any worries or concerns?
I think they should be very worried because you know what's going to happen during this game. All they're going to talk about is Flores and his issues with Miami, and all Tua wants to do is prove that Flores was a complete bust.
Okay.
So the NFL should be worried because Pittsburgh going to look like fools.
Mm-hmm.
Tomlin isn't. He's like one of the best. You know, like Bill Cowher before him. You can't take away what this man has done. But hiring Brian Flores, well, that just made this game personal.
I may have did I mess up the link for the? I must have messed up the link because I sent it to you directly. I don't
know if you. Matter of fact, I didn't check if you sent it out to the social.
No, it's there. Okay, it's in the community tab. Good people, James Nooks and all that.
It wasn't emailed out. That's what happened.
Well, I don't email it normally. Normally, I just put the link in the community tab for everybody to click on there. And
YouTube for some reason does send it though. When you post it, it normally sends it.
Okay, James, let me go back and post again and see. Let's see.
And while you're working on that, I can discuss what you were talking about earlier, a Christian McCaffrey versus Zeke Elliott. This is what I can tell you.
Reposted it, guys.
I'll say this about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working this out. The camera's over here, but you're over here. So
it's okay.
So I'll say this about that. Christian McCaffrey was the only thing succeeding in Carolina. He's going to succeed in San Francisco. He's going to be worth the money right now, assuming he makes it through full games. But I will caveat that I have heard nobody anywhere discuss the fact that Kyle Shanahan and Mike Shanahan and that whole tree all the way back to John Elway has done nothing but run successful zone gap schemes. No, excuse me, zone schemes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey has been in both because, you know, every team mixes them up, but all of his success and all of his work this year has come out of gap.
Hold on. Now, you're missing my point of the thing here. My point on this whole thing is this.
Oh, well, it goes into your point. Don't you worry.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute. The value of what's put on a running back. We hear Todd Gurley finally admits that his career is totally done, right?
You're missing my point of the thing here.
What? Okay, somebody's got me on the background, James.
It goes into your point.
Okay, so there we go. My point is the amount of compensation that they gave up for a running back. That we're told that don't draft a running back in the first round and don't pay a running back a big contract. That Zeke Elliott was a sham at paying him. But I'm sitting here looking with this year and the last two combined, Chris McCaffrey is basically about 1,150 yards running. So you got an injured running back who's 7 years into the NFL. It's going to cost a boatload of money, and you gave up 4 picks for him. It just seemed like that's a whole lot of compensation and a whole lot of faith. Believe me, I understand if Christian McCaffrey is healthy, that he's going to help the 49ers, offense, because they're not predicated on the pass. But it seems like a whole lot to give up for a guy that you got to figure out this is not a long-term solution.
All right, so you got a couple points going on there, and they're very good points, Mark. You are not an idiot right now.
Right now.
But there's more than one piece to this.
Mm-hmm.
The most important piece is Jimmy G.
You're an idiot.
Cannot carry them to the Super Bowl, so they needed to go to Trey Lance. They lost Trey Lance. They got Jimmy G. Now the only way to get to a Super Bowl is Kyle Shanahan has to go after a running back that he has to have, just like Williams in the past that never played it down for him. And then he got Trey Sermon who never played it down for him. And, it's not about good or bad or smart.
Well, you're saying basically that I've got to be all in right now. I got to win the Super Bowl. This is Kyle Shanahan
pretending like he just got the final piece to a Super Bowl this year. That's what he's pretending, and I say pretending because you will not see San Fran in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Period. It's not up for discussion.
Now the other part of this, I understand too that the Rams were also looking at trying to get him, and so maybe they figured let's take a piece from them, and we can add it to ourselves. We'll be better, and we'll hurt them at the same breath.
Oh no! You give up that much capital. It's the same thing when they drafted Trey Lance. To give up that much capital, this is falling on Shanahan.
Well, the question here's the next question then. Is Trey Lance the guy?
No, never was.
Right.
But, it's just like Malik Willis this year. You know what? Great athlete. He is Trey Lance 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys just aren't the guy. You know what Trey Lance is? Trey Lance is 2020 version of, that's right, Carson Wentz. Okay? I mean, these guys aren't the guys. But more importantly, we're talking about the Christian McCaffrey move. So San Francisco's out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Now it comes down to you and your Zeke talk, right? Because here's the difference primarily. I was talking about gap and zone schemes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go deep into that and waste everybody. They're going to go blah, 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 blah.
They're going to, right. Zone out.
Okay. The reason it's important is because of a couple factors. One, and again, based on my viewpoint, just my viewpoint, okay? I'm not getting any official word on this. So McCaffrey is primarily a gap runner. He's going to have to adjust to this zone scheme. Even if he succeeds, what we've seen from McCaffrey is based on the yards after contact that he's been able to produce in that type of scheme.
Yes.
Okay, now you're talking about Zeke Elliott. Okay, Zeke Elliott, he's basically half a yard short of Christian McCaffrey in that scheme after contact. Ergo, no, Zeke wasn't a bad contract any more than McCaffrey's contract is bad for San Fran right now. The difference being when you signed Zeke.
What?
When you signed Zeke, you were not pushing into a Super Bowl.
All right. Okay. So Thomas is watching another game as always. Okay, Thomas.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Roland? How you doing, Stacey?
I thought I was crazy. Well, I am crazy. But
How are you?
It was like, am I hearing voices again? Okay. All right. I see. Well, how you doing, Roland? What's going on?
I'm fine, but we need to remember I'm not quite as old as you, but not terribly far away either. And the Lions, for some reason, I remember even when I was a kid, every year, anytime that we played Detroit, they get Dallas. So this is not going to be a cakewalk. For some reason, Detroit has always historically given us a hard time, and that's all I wanted to say.
Well, the last time we played them, it was 35-27 Dallas, and Dak Prescott threw for 444 yards, 3 TDs. Yeah. I think Zeke Elliott rushed for about 41 yards. The running game really wasn't there. And, we only beat him by 1 score. So very much to your point on this one. Definitely. Don't sleep on the Lions because the Lions, last year, the Lions they just have to learn how to win. Now, last week was terrible for them. They didn't score a single point against New England. I'm hoping that's the case for tomorrow, but you're right. You can't sleep on anybody in the NFL today. And there's Cole's Cowboys. Let's see what's up with Cole's. How are you doing, man?
What's up? How y'all doing, man?
I've been dealing with these damn cockroach Eagle fans, man. I went to BJ's to get my the meats for the big sub and stuff, and as I go to the cash register line, here comes an Eagle fan with the Eagle lanyard key holder. He's like, "Yeah, I hate them Cowboys, but how about those Eagles?" And I'm like,
"They've been trolling me all week, man."
And even then, when you got to show your receipt out the door, and the stuff said, "Yeah, I loved that game last week." It's like, man, I don't remember seeing you mother humpers. I don't remember seeing you mother humpers before this game, but they coming out the woodwork right now. You've been fighting them off, I know, and this whole thing with this damn hat. Oh my God.
Yeah, man, I was picking on Philly. He was sad that day, man. When he was real sad that his little minions, they were mad at you too, man. I was like, hey, man, y'all really taking this serious?
Oh my God!
You had the hat on.
They literally want 10 pounds of flesh. I wish I could give them 10 pounds of fat because I wouldn't mind losing that so much. But let me shout out the ladies. I see Mary. Mary, what's up, Mary? Lola, what's up, Lola? I definitely see Joanne Gonzalez. She was the first one up in here. She's making sure that she's seen right there. And of course, Roland's review. What's up, Roland? How you doing? Let me get to James Nooks. James, what's up, man?
It's ready for this game tomorrow. But I agree, it's not going to be an easy game. I was at that last game, and it was, down to the wire. I think as long as our defense does our job, though, we should be fine because they put a lot of points up on offense, but their defense is bad. So, it works out in our favor, I think, because our defense is playing so good.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree with that one all the way. And actually, I have to give a shout out to my lovely bride. Oh my goodness, she's getting so crafty. I got to show you tomorrow's shirt. Okay, check this out. Boom. Here we go. Look at this. Bam. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's the return of the Dak. Yeah, I know you guys.
Return of the Dak.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, the return of the Dak. Yes. Lola, I'm sorry. It's on. That's on the inside. See, look at this. Everybody gets mad at me. I'm sorry, Lola. It's on the inside streaming deck. I got the small one out here. It doesn't have space for all of those. But you know how I am, Lola. I'm just.
You're an idiot.
That's just me. I'm just an idiot. So bear with me, Lola. Bear with me. Okay.
Quick questions, Mark.
Yes.
One, did you get the chance to play the promo Friday night for all of your people?
I did not. I forgot to download that. In fact,
maybe I don't know. Maybe just throw it up as a, in the future type of thing, just something to promo the show, so to speak. But the other question I have, real quick. So Dak is back.
Yes.
And I put this in the chat a minute ago. Nobody's really answered me. But if the Eagles are 6-0 with Hurts, and the Giants are in second place with Daniel Jones, does that make Dak the third best quarterback in the division?
Does that make Dak? Or you mean Cooper Rush?
Well, I'm just saying the other two have already done it.
Well, Carson Wentz has now been put on IR, so he is out for the next 4 weeks.
Right. See, you're deflecting. I said Hurts and Jones. You went to Wentz. I'm just asking.
I'm saying Cooper
Dak
Rush
hasn't played, though, so you can't
he only
played one game.
And see, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying the other two have at least shown it.
Yeah, they've been playing good. I mean, I got to give Danny Penny's credit. I mean, he's been finding ways to win for him. And, of course, Hurts so bad, he's been playing good. He finally got a receiver.
Well, I will say this. Until they can beat Dak, I think Dak is still above them. They haven't proven to beat Dak Prescott.
Yeah. The Eagles are great at beating Cowboys backup quarterbacks because they did beat Ben.
I just want to say I appreciate Cole's Cowboy saying what y'all need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody need to say it. I mean, Mark, you said it before, but apparently tonight you don't feel like saying it.
Well, I've already seen somebody in here that says, "Do I have a man crush on Dak Prescott?" I think that might be Stan in here. And I see Game Changer. Let me see. Game Changer, of course, always wants to see and hear this. Maybe I need to take the rumors off here and put Lola's song on here because Lola mad, and you don't want Lola mad at you. You trust me, you don't want Lola mad. A couple of things that broke before, like I was saying, Carson Wentz is now on IR for the next at least 4 weeks or so. So we'll be seeing a Heineke with them going against the Green Bay Packers. Roz, do you feel like your team is not going to have any problems with the Washington Commanders and Heineke? Okay.
Stupid is stupid does.
Okay.
Look,
Hey, Roz, I got a question for you. So I hear rumors that Green Bay is talking about signing Claypool. Is that true?
Well, they've been pushing to buy Claypool via trade. The problem is Pittsburgh wants more than Green Bay is willing to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, to be honest, I mean, Claypool right now is a number 3/4 wide receiver. So, I wouldn't overpay. But remember, too, as a shareholder, we don't get to vote on the football operations. So they're not going to listen to a damn thing I say. But I wouldn't pay for that dude.
Yeah, he fell off a lot.
I mean, he's a good player, and he would instantly impact our offense better. But just because he would be a number 2 on our team doesn't mean he's a number 2 on their team, and you got to pay for what you got.
There's
right, Mark?
Yeah, Angelica
and Amari Cooper,
Bartolo.
who's a number 1, you got to pay.
Okay, so
No, wait, you got a number 5 for your number 1? Oh, sorry, my bad. Never mind.
Mike says Green Bay just activated Sammy Watkins. Well, here,
Yes, from IR.
I wouldn't say that the Cowboys are going to be doing any trades for anybody to come in.
Oh.
Now, an interesting thing that they did tonight, as far as bringing players up, Terrell Basham they did not bring up yet, but they ended up bringing back up Carlos Watkins. And it may be that they could be looking for somebody to make a call on Terrell Basham. Those are the kind of rumors that some of the people have been actually saying out there, that maybe somebody might want to make a move on him. That would be a reason not to put him out on the field and risk him.
What was the injury to him?
I cannot remember what Terrell Basham
All right,
was.
don't worry about it. I'll look it up.
Come on, Terrell Basham.
Yeah.
Thigh.
Was
I think it was
okay.
a thigh
Injury.
a quad contusion.
Okay. And they put Matt Walensko on injured reserve as well.
right, never mind. I wouldn't say that out loud again, Thomas.
What's that?
Oh, my thigh hurts.
Oh,
That's why your dude went to IR? It was a thigh injury from Tampa. Okay. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
So the only reason I bring that up, Mark, is because remember, too, they're going to have to pass a physical for any trade to be official.
Of course. Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay, hang on. I got to grab some. Keep the conversation going here.
All right, Thomas, you're in charge.
What you want me to talk about?
You know,
Not college football. We can't talk about college football today.
every time I hear Matt Wesco, I get so pissed off because that's basically who we traded Amari Cooper for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing that pissed me off because I'm like, oh man,
Okay. All right.
we
So
better by keeping Amari Cooper if it's gonna be like this.
Exactly.
hold up. All right. So
Because Amari Cooper, he wanted to get his contract restructured from the beginning,
Yeah, we could have kept them. They just didn't want to.
but Jerry's pride got in the way about that personal stuff.
Upstairs.
Hang on. Let me show you guys something here. I know what's going to happen. I know exactly what is going to happen.
Let's talk about the Cowboys.
I'm going to be hearing stories that I'm running a sweatshop. Okay, because my wife is making the shirts and stuff for me. We all know how that's going to go, right? But check this one out, guys. Look, okay, so that is in black. Return of the Dak. But check out the other one, too. Bam! Return of the... I love it in gray. I love it in gray. Oh, my
It look good and great.
Oh, my goodness. That is my wife's handicraftsmanship with her new silhouette machine. So I said, honey, I need a shirt a week. And she's like, okay. She's like, well, what do you want? I said, I've been having, return of the Mac. I said, we need to convert into return of the Dak. And so that's what we're working on. Return of the Dak. So, you guys feel okay with Dak coming back? Should Dak be waiting longer with this thumb? Or
I think this is a perfect game. This is a perfect game. I mean, their defense ain't that good. So he's going to have some rust. So I'd rather him play against a defense like this versus a good defense. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a get-right game for us. And I think that, it'll give him an opportunity to get some of that rust off since he hasn't played since week 1.
Exactly.
Fact. Because like you said, James, this can be a practice game for him to get him ready for down the road, and who to do it against is who to do it against the 32nd ranked team in the NFL.
Yeah, I'd rather him play this versus a team like Green Bay, because Green Bay has a good defense. I mean, they haven't been playing well, and we got the Bears next, and they're kind of up and down. Yeah.
I think they more down.
Yeah, I mean, they did beat San Fran week 1.
That was week 1. I'm not counting.
That's the only thing that frustrates me, because I would have rather for him to somewhere in my mind, I wish it would have been against Chicago, because I'll be at that game.
It's all about you. Okay. All right.
I ain't messed up with it.
Let me answer. We got Andrew Dunleavy, I'm sorry. It's Andrew. He said, when do we get to the point where we discuss the possibility of starting Tony Pollard over Zeke? It's a definite discussion point, I believe. If you're asking me, I hate to say it, I'm not ready to start Tony Pollard over Zeke Elliott. Because here's the interesting thing about Zeke has actually got 100 yards more rushing than Tony Pollard, but Tony Pollard has been hot and cold. He had one game, he had 10.1 yards, I think, a carry. Another game, he had 8.1. And then he had another one that was good, but then he had 3 of them that were 0.6, 1.6, a 4. So it's like it's hot and cold. And what people don't seem to understand, and Braz, maybe you can back it up with numbers. To me, I think of it as a naval shore bombardment. that the Cowboys are running down your throat, running downhill with Zeke Elliott, basically softening up the defense. And then you end up having Tony Pollard coming in, who is that fast, quick hitter, that lightning strike, and that's where he makes those big plays. But if you end up trying to put him in there between the tackles, or if you're having to use him to help protect the quarterback, I don't think that that's the guy. But that's my personal opinion.
I agree.
That's how I feel about it. I don't understand why we always have to have somebody starting over the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Saints, they had Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. They were great as a 1-2 duo, and guess what? They sent out Mark Ingram because they felt like Alvin Kamara can handle everything by himself, and they ended up bringing him right back. Like, what's wrong with having like a 1-2 punch? Like, I just don't get it.
Well, see, I think of it's more of you're looking at it as two guys, but it's really one guy. You're using in different situations and stuff. And there's going to be some games where you're going to have better matchups for Tony Pollard being outside because he is more of that outside, let me hit that hole right now with speed. Zeke is in there. He's pounding. And some of those times you've seen him where he's getting contact 2 yards down, in the backfield, but he's able to push people and at least get a yard or two out of that. And that's a lot better than losing 2 yards. Tony Pollard, if he's getting that contact in the backfield and he can't run past it, he's going down. Yeah.
And we're having this same conversation after the game that Zeke had against the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Right. Yeah, 6.2 yards a carry, 83 yards.
He had a great game.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think about Ferguson and our tight ends we had? I see big things out of Ferguson.
Brother Roz.
I mean, I'm just saying Ferguson, he might take Dalton Schultz's job.
Yeah, I don't think Dalton Schultz is going to have a job next year. And we all looked at it and said, why aren't the Cowboys getting a long-term deal? Saving some cap room and bringing in somebody else. This is going to be the swan song. I think they almost need to take Dalton Schultz and rest him this week, next week, and the bye week and bring him back healthy for a stretch run and let the young guys get more work. Now, with Roz and I kept having discussions on there because Roz is like, listen, you're taking a wide receiver and a great passing threat out of there that Ferguson is not the guy to be able to do that because doesn't have the skills of Dalton Schultz as far as being that pass catcher. And also Dalton Schultz has a better repertoire with Dak Prescott, so maybe that's part of it. But Roz, would you like to chime in on that?
Or not repertoire, but that's okay, Mark. It's not your fault.
Hey, I got one right the other night. I'm only allowed one a week.
One
big word a week is all I'm allowed.
I'm just giving you the word. I'm not correcting you. I'm giving you the word. Look, okay. Let me address two things first. Or let me address both things, but let me address the other thing first, please. Please, because I was trying not to be rude and interrupt, but
be rude and interrupt. Be an Eagle fan.
You have to be, Mark. You are the first person to tell us all, evolve or die, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so get this out of your mind. This thunder and lightning, this 1-2 punch, this whatever. Okay, that is old school thinking. Mm-hmm. That is not how the NFL works.
Okay.
That's what it looks like, right? You got A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. Mm-hmm. You got Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
You got CEH and, you got Travis Etienne and James Robinson who sits on the bench, right? Mm-hmm. That's not how it works. It works based on the scheme and the blocking.
Yeah.
What you're running with Pollard is not the same scheme that you're running with Zeke.
Exactly. And that's my point being. Exactly. Isn't that what I said?
But if you put them both in the same situation,
they're not going to do the same thing.
They're not. Yeah, it's not thunder and lightning. Thunder and lightning is when you run one scheme and everybody fits in it. Pollard is not that guy.
Yeah. But this is not. I disagree. This is not new though. This is more similar to what Washington did with the one-back set back in the 80s, having John Riggins as that bruiser, and then they had, smallest Joe Washington, who was like a third down specialist. Now, the Cowboys will end up doing a couple series with Zeke and a couple series with Tony Pollard, but I would actually like to see him more with situational.
Third down specialist, that's a thing, right? Mm-hmm. That's a thing. We all know that's a thing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is that Pollard is not just a third down specialist.
No, he's not.
He's also not a Zeke runner that you would call lightning. He's just a he's a Memphis back. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player. What I'm saying is he has a very specific skill set. He's never changed his skill set. He's never played any different.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't use him different. He's the same guy he's always been.
Okay. I disagree with all that. I look at Thunder and Lightning and I say Thunder follows lightning. You know, you got a Thunder, he follows Lightning. Zeke is obviously Lightning. He is totally right when it says the scheme and everything like that. That is right. They are, and it should be that way. I mean, if you run up Pollard up the middle, you're just going to destroy him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you run Zeke up the side, he's just going to get tackled by the linebackers. I mean, he's right. He's right in that sense. Each one has a different scheme, but I see it more in the sense of Thunder Lightning. One follows the other. One starts to bruise them up. Whether they're hitting the hole, Zeke's hitting it at a certain speed. By the time Tony Pollard comes in, the linebackers aren't there because they're using speed, and then Tony's blowing by him. So I just see that as the Thunder Lightning combo. I don't see anything else about them. So I do agree with him. They're not running the same things. You're not blocking the exact same scheme. So I mean, so it's like a combination. But I don't really see them as not a Lightning, because to me, like, Tony Pollard, is he successful if he doesn't have Zeke there? Is Zeke successful if he doesn't have Tony there or another runner? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm more curious about.
They feed off of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem to be a problem for the two of them, one way or the other, who's playing, who's starting, or whatever. It's just it seems like we got people out here.
They feed off of each other, and a lot of the Cowboy fans, they just don't get it. That's the insides of football that most Cowboy fans, they don't get.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the reality.
And then when you try to explain it to them, they want to get mad and go crazy and, cuss you out and everything. And, that's football 101.
Right.
Here's the reality. See, a lot of people are mad at Zeke because they felt like when he held out, and he finally got his pay, he hasn't played the same. Mm-hmm. But he has been playing good. I mean, it's just, over the years, defenses and stuff like that, they figure us out. And I think Zeke's doing fine. I just think that a lot of people are mad at him because he asked for that money. And that's just how fans are.
Yeah,
and you would think it was coming out of their pocket, though.
It's childish because, when you ask people things like this, they would tend to go all the way back in the past. Oh man, I'm pissed off about the negotiations on how Zeke got that contract, or I'm mad because Dak got that $40 million. Man, go on.
But okay, how about that $250 million that's going to Russell Wilson right now? Okay.
What about Kyler Murray?
How about Kyler Murray? How about Deshaun Watson? $230 million fully guaranteed.
And not only do you pay him, but you gave up all that draft capital to get him, and now you don't have anything to kind of start building stuff around him that hopefully you can kind of. Man, I will honestly say I did not see that. Like, I saw Seattle, and I more if it was the blocking, maybe something, but man, that he just continuing what he was doing in Seattle. They're in Denver, and it's just an eye opener, really.
Well, it's a case
of come on, man. I'm hearing like trains and shit.
Yeah, somebody's got a lot of something going on in the background.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
He sounds like he's ready to go postal here.
I'm good. It's just busy, man. Busy day.
I'm just laying.
I've been up since 4:45, so
I just lay around.
You can't say you that busy, big boy.
Yeah.
What's up?
The sky, and let's hope it doesn't start falling down. We got the Lions up, and up early. I hate the early games.
Why? Yeah, I love the early games.
No, because
it's gone. You build up
I kind of get the first game to just kind of relax and things like that. Then I can get
nothing later than 4 o'clock. I hate the 8:30 games.
I like it at 4. Because then I can do the chicken wings and the glizzies and stuff like that.
The glizzies. Right. I think you got to retire the glizzies, man.
And then, about 3:45, I can go ahead and do the big sub. We come down. So, that's the extra course. Now, this means we're eating everything early, man. I got, corned beef sub. I got hot dogs. Glizzies and chicken wings and all. Man, that's a lot of work to do first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I hear you.
You just like saying glizzies, Mark. You just like saying glizzies.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, blame it on Rio and DMV because they got me started on that shit. But tomorrow will be fun. You've got the Commanders playing the Packers early, the Giants playing the Jags, and of course, we're playing the Lions all at the same time. So we're getting all this stuff out of the way, and the Eagles get to kick back and relax. And
Eagles ain't winning tomorrow. That's for
you'll be busy tomorrow on your live stream, so all the trolls will be over here.
Yeah, I may have
flexing.
to go ahead and put, of course, all the NFL.com high def whatever. So I'll probably have to put the sub only comments on here, so that way we can keep that shit down. Any concerns anybody has on this game?
My concern is killing more.
Should be always concerned.
Yeah.
My concern is killing more. That's really it.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Coach
expect it
Cowboys. You know, Kellen Moore, he's concerned. You know, my thing is, dude, let's not get stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get cute. Let's go in here tomorrow. Let's take care of business. Keep the ball on the ground. Do what you got to do and get out of here with a victory. I don't care if the final score is 10-9.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of here with a victory, man. Don't.
There's going to be a lot of points scored tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of points scored, but I'm just saying, don't try to do anything fancy, anything like that. We see you we see you calling plays, your girlfriend and your wife, they see you, just call a good game, man. Stop it. Just stop it.
Dak don't need to throw the ball 40 times. He don't.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Not right off the bat.
Ease in the running game. Let him get comfortable and build his confidence up. That's important. And then just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Dak don't need to be throwing the ball 40 times. I just got an itchy feel. I hope I'm wrong, but I just have zero faith in Kellen Moore. I think that he had no choice but to stick to the running game and play it, safe because of the talent of Cooper Rush. His arm strength not as good, but now he got his shiny new toy back, and I just feel like he's gonna try to do gadget plays. I guarantee one gadget play tomorrow.
Coach Cowboys, he had no other choice because after that Tampa game, he had a lit of burnt matches up his ass. He had no other choice.
Well, I tell you what, actually, I worry about is Dak coming back to basically bitch slap everybody who's been doubting him. When you listen to the talking heads and things out there, you would think that Dak Prescott was, a backup quarterback. He could learn from Cooper Rush. And it's kind of like, you guys don't remember some of the things that Dak was doing, like last year, all those over 400-yard games, all the touchdown passes. We're acting like he's never played the position before. And hearing all these people saying, well, maybe Dak Prescott, should be sat down. Maybe the Cowboys should get rid of him. And I'm feeling like Dak is going to want to come out here and show people that this is my job and this is my team.
Exactly. It's ridiculous because the talking heads they're trying to build a narrative, trying to build a story because they don't have nothing else to talk about. And the narrative was like, what if Dak lose against the Lions? Like, what if Lamar Jackson lose to the Lions? You know what I'm saying? Like, what Russell Wilson? You know what I'm saying? Like, why I always got to be on Dak Prescott, and they always go back to week one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When Aaron Rodgers got blown to sleep by the Saints, that story didn't last too long. They didn't even talk about it later on in the season.
That was the Vikings.
I'm talking about last year.
Oh, this year got blown up by the Vikings.
Oh, yeah. This year got blown up by the Vikings. So, yeah.
No, Coach Cowboys, what about when they got beat over in the UK by New York?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't say nothing.
Victory by
don't piss off Ross now.
Oh, Rodgers, he's just having an off game.
But I think Green Bay, this is the week to get back on track for Green Bay. I mean, they got Washington, but Heineke, I think, can give them a little bit of a spark.
Yeah.
But,
they always play good.
I think that's the time. I think this is the time that'll help Green Bay get back on a rhythm.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can have some stupid talking head gonna say, oh, but that was against Detroit, though.
Now they keeping them in the game because they like, well, Detroit do got one of them high scoring offenses.
Listen, we're going to be fine tomorrow.
I ain't worried about it.
It's going to be a comfortable game.
So it works in our favor.
They're going to score some points, but Dan Quinn is not happy. They are going to stop the run. They're not going to run the ball on us. They're going to get a touchdown. Like every week, we give up a touchdown, whether it's Saquon, whether it's Eagle. Like we're going to give up some points, but we're going to score some points. And more importantly, they're not going to be able to stop us. Like I would say, Coles. Made a good point. It's down, or in James Nooks. It really comes down to Kellen Moore not being stupid. Run the ball. Set up play action. You could throw the ball. You get a lead. You set up play action. I think you'll see Zeke over 100 tomorrow, or combined. I don't care if he gets 100, he can get 80, and the Pollard can get 60. Whatever. That's fine by me. It's going to be a big.
I'd like to get Dak 10 yards. Just give me one run, just one run.
He was saying that. He's learned a lot, and that's what me and Phil were talking about. I do think he's learned a lot. We forget that when he broke his leg, he wasn't on the sideline. There's a lot to be learned being on the sideline, having the headset, talking to the quarterback, being in those situations against a good team like Philly, whether we like them or not. They're a good team. We're going to have to deal with them again, probably 2 more times. I think it's all good, and I think he knows in order for him to be successful, he's going to have to use his feet. Listen, you can say what you want. Jalen Hurts bails out the Eagles all the time with his feet. I'm not saying it's got to be a Jalen Hurts, but on the third down, you got to get a first down. Go get it. If it's open, like last week, there was multiple times where the C's parted. And Cooper Rush, they actually ran a read option play. It was wide open.
Yeah, he was doing the math.
The ball off.
Cooper Rush was doing the math in his head. He's like, I had 10 yards for the first down. The linebacker is like 30 yards down. I don't think I can make that.
They made the defensive line look way better than it needed to be. Cooper, run the ball, slide, get your 8 yards, and move on.
He had all these empty backfield plays that was like, what the hell are you
that's
doing?
what I would. Yeah, and I agree with James. That's the one thing I would be worried about, but I don't think we need to worry about it. If they lose tomorrow, then they don't listen. If they lose tomorrow, then they don't deserve to be it talked about as far as the top teams. You have to win these next 2. I don't care how you need to do it. Go 6-2 into the bye. Move forward.
Yeah. I'm just showing a few.
Green Bay too.
Go to
the bye 6-2 and regroup.
Highlights here.
Yeah, go. Win these next 2. Go into the bye. Try to restore what you said. From the beginning of the season. And from there,
that's what we called, right? 6-2. That was what I was calling at the bye. We can get to 6-2 with Dak not being there for most of the time.
That's freaking insane.
It's insane. And all these delusional people going, well, Cooper, what? I mean, like 102 yards, that's not going to win you a playoff game. Sorry.
And 6-2 is good because you had these knuckleheads talking about, Cowboys going to be 3-5 before the break.
3.
Yeah, we can get into a schedule thing down the road.
3-6 at the first 9 games.
Now we're hearing 49ers are the lead dog now because they got a running back who's always hurt. Don't get me wrong. It helps the Niners, but they gave up an awful lot to get him. I'm hearing people say, I can't believe they didn't give up a first. They gave up a 2, 3, and a 4, and a 5?
A 5.
And he stay healthy. That's the question.
My Lord, a 2, 3, and a 4? That's ridiculous for a running back in this day and age. Sorry.
Did they trade a quarterback? I was like, oh my God, it is.
That's ridiculous. No, it's going to help them in the short term. It is, but that's going to also.
Are you guys looking at this here?
That's going to lessen.
The highlight. You got the highlight.
I'm playing the highlights in the corner here. This is from 2019 because I was actually trying to get the Lions game where he had 444. You see him running right there, right? And let's push Josh Norman out the way too. By the way. Okay. These are things that Cooper Rush is not ready to be able to do. And, I think when the Cowboys decided we need to put a little more gas in this tank, put the foot on the gas, that's where we started having the mistakes. And unfortunately, we can't be all ball control and put everything on the defense every single week. The offense is going to have to do their share. And if you are satisfied with our offense being in the late 20s, then you're not interested in trying to get to a Super Bowl.
Dude, let's not get caught up. Yeah, let's not get caught up in numbers after 6 games without your starting quarterback for 5 of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just I'm not going down that road to talk about numbers. Okay, let's wait till Dak plays 5 more games. Let's see where our offense is there.
Yeah.
It's right. That's just a fair way to do it. Why are we looking at numbers? We're 4-2. That's the big number we need to worry about.
Okay, here's another point in here. This is not the same team as week 1 either. Getting back.
Who's that? Us?
Us. I mean,
we're better.
Exactly. You got Michael Gallup back, who look at the guys who were starting a wide receiver there. We had Semi, we had Noah Brown, and we had CeeDee Lamb, who had 4 drops. You had Tyler Smith.
Get my whistle out.
Tyler Smith, who had his very first game at left tackle. There were so many things, and of course, we didn't run the football. Now you're being able to run the football on a consistent basis. Your offensive line is better. I'm not going to say they're great yet. I'm still worried about our left guard situation, but it's improved. Michael Gallup definitely makes your wide receiver core that much better because he is a deep threat, which kind of takes some of the pressure off some of the other receivers and helps them to get open. So these are all things that help you to get better, and you're using 12 personnel more because Jake Ferguson and Hendershot are actually playing decent for rookies. And tight end is not usually something you play well as a rookie.
Yeah, I think they stumbled into the 12 personnel, because of need.
Yeah.
We've been crying, or some of us have been crying for 8 months since the middle of last year. They stumbled into the 12 personnel.
Yeah.
And
look at it.
12 personnel too.
Is this not why you were here?
And definitely need to continue to use that. That's been but even last year, that was our most effective package.
Right, that's what I mean. We've been talking about it forever. So it's almost like Kellen was backed up into the corner, and like Cole says, what's going to happen now when we start getting all of our pieces back?
Yeah.
I think we're at a disadvantage when we put undue stress on our offensive line, meaning dropping back 35 times, dropping back on a 7-step drop, 5 wide, 4 wide. That's not the way to go. You could do it on occasion if you're doing a hurry up or whatever you can, but
most offensive linemen would rather drive block than pass block.
But I mean, if you notice, we get in trouble when we're pass, and then the holding penalties come. Our quarterbacks are getting undue hits. So I'm hoping Kellen, that's the main thing I would say from what everybody's saying. Let's hope Kellen doesn't get a brain fart and just do what everybody knows he's supposed to do.
Well, let's hope that Mike McCarthy is there to be the guiding force, and say, these aren't the plans you're looking for. These are not the plays you're looking for.
And I can pivot back just off of Kellen Moore. We also got to make sure Dak Prescott's in check too. I'm a huge Dak Prescott fan, by the way.
He's going to want to come out.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He likes to, change. He audibles a lot of plays.
Yeah, you're right.
So, he has that competitive blood in him.
Sometimes the best play is the one that's called,
What's up, Rhonda and Paula and Sheila? What's up, ladies?
He struggles when a team will play, give you a certain look and then back out of the look, but then he doesn't change back out. They do that to Dak. They'll give him a look, and then he'll go, all right, the check, and then it's a bad play. Sometimes just run the play. Sometimes you can overthink it.
Yes, that's all. I just want him to ease on there. But I'm not putting too much emphasis. I respect the Lions. They have played a little bit better.
They're going to score in the 20s.
Yeah, they're going to fight. They're going to fight hard.
I think
they're going to fight hard. But we just got to finish.
I think they're going to backdoor into the final score is already done. It's already in here. But
I don't think you're taking the lion that's going to be eating more lions.
Yeah, he's going to eat, and it's going to be good for a while. But we're going to have such a league. There's going to be a back end cover, man. It's a gambling thing. It's going to be good.
I think that loss to the Eagles left a bad taste.
I hope you're right. I hope it's like annihilation, but
it needs to be.
You're right. It needs to be. This needs to be okay. This should not be a close game to the Lions. This needs to be a statement game to say, yeah, we're taking care of teams the way we're supposed to. The Lions are an inferior team. We took care of them. Scratch that one off, and let's go on to the next one. Take care of business.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but when you look into it, they're an NFL team who just had a bye. And I bet you Roz got numbers on teams with a bye week, how they come out against a team that was not on a bye on the road the week before. You know what I mean? There's a lot, just points wise, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I think Dow's going to win the game, and they're going to be up big, but, you know, everybody wants to talk about garbage yards. There's going to be some garbage yards tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So
Brother
it's just my
opinion. Is quiet up in here. I
thought Roz had left. Probably tuned us out. He's like, as soon as I heard me ragging on the stats, he's out.
It ain't nothing for me right now.
No, what Roz is doing, he's looking up more stats to hit at us. That's what he's doing. That's what now he's got to let us know though. What I am curious about
the injury ticker in the Kansas City Buffalo game.
I thought it was more exciting than that.
Roz, let me ask you a question. Did I beat the stinking Giant fan last week?
No.
I lost to Rashid.
You're not
by 2 points when I didn't start 3 of my guys.
Yeah, 3 guys on
bye weeks. I don't even pay attention.
Yeah, I haven't looked. I just finally.
Votto is doing better than you.
Yeah, how's Votto doing? Anybody hear from him?
Votto called me yesterday. I missed the call and forgot to call him back.
Would he leave a message?
Did he leave a message?
Well, I just see a missed call Votto.
Votto was on my Facebook page this morning.
Okay, as long as he's all right. Because I talked to Troy. He's not doing, great. Yeah, Troy Daniels. He's not doing very good, but he's in and out of the hospital dealing with an infection. So let's keep him in our thoughts.
Definitely.
Yeah, Votto. He had responded to me on a Facebook post that I posted on my page because I had tagged him and I also tagged you too, Mark. It was about Daniel Snyder and Votto. He got back with me. A few hours ago, but that's the last time I heard from him.
If Mark said he talked to him, at least he's not in the hospital or anything.
Right. Blue York beat down over here.
Speaking of Daniel Snyder, what's the talk on that? I mean, what do you guys think of that?
Now? Well, Jerry seems to act like some of the allegations
the whole Jerry
so
Jones
bad.
angle, where he's basically threatening Jerry, saying, "You dime me out." I don't even think Jerry would dime him out, but he don't care. He's just going to take people with him. I'm going down. You're coming. You're coming.
I think that's done. I think he more after the Colts on it now.
Yeah, but I think he's taking everybody down. He doesn't seem like a guy who's just going to go quietly. He's bringing the whole system down. I think they should leave the guy alone. I really do, because,
but not going to have an NFL problem, though. It is you got to look at it as a disgrace, though. I mean, here it is.
Then be prepared, Mark. Because everything's coming out. That's all.
It's
We're
better
to deal with it.
It's going to come out sooner or later. You know what? You got to own your shit. Sometimes
like
you
the Dalrymple thing last year. Yeah.
Okay. And how long did that last?
Not long at all.
We've seen pictures of Jerry Jones in the bathroom there, with women and things like that.
But what I'm saying
we
is,
all know. Okay. Do
what
we
if
pretend
something comes out that says Jerry was? Oh yeah, since you brought it up, I was whatever.
But again,
then he won't be gone too.
But here's the thing, though. People with that kind of money play rules differently than you and me, and that shit will get wiped off. I mean, here it is. Robert Kraft is getting massages at a massage parlor. Okay,
if you want to call it a massage,
that's got masseuse that are sex trafficked. Okay, and
of course, them a rug and tug in the East.
And what happened with him? Nothing. Okay, so do we pretend that all of these owners are church going people that are above board that don't have any skeletons in the closet? Maybe the Waltons the ones that just bought Denver, but I look at Robert Irsay, who remember he got busted with like $38,000.
What is he doing talking about anybody?
That's what I mean. Okay,
he's walking around the streets of Indy. Drunk off his ass,
drunk.
Causing it. Yeah, he was on multiple things. Whatever. I don't care what you do, but don't be throwing stones, dude.
Exactly.
You live in a glass house.
So That situation is bad all the way around.
You know, like you said, Game Time, Brian. This dude is up and down Marion County, up in Indianapolis, high on dope.
Yeah, and he's going to call out. Listen, I don't. You know, I mean, honestly, I could care less either way. But you know, just like I always say, you know, looking back, I love the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, as much as I do, I don't really care about these guys off the field. It would be cool if they're good guys, but do you really think that they care about how we think? You know, I learned a long time ago. You know, like you meet your heroes when you're a kid, and some of them are jerks to you. Listen, man, I'm not trying to be mean, but I really don't care who CeeDee Lamb is off the field. I just hope he catches the ball on the field. You know what I mean? So I could care less about Daniel Snyder. I could care less about Jerry Jones unless it's affecting my team. You know, we're more owners of the team than he is. As far as he gonna be dead and gone, we're still gonna be following the team. You know what I mean? It's like that's our team.
Cowboys gonna take over.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
Here's the thing about Daniel Snyder, though. Okay. It's not.
We'll have a bunch of practice squatters.
It's not just his stuff off the field. You have to actually look at it as a franchise. That place is a disgrace, man. I mean, seriously, think about it.
It is.
The railings literally falling off and almost onto a player. You know, we saw when we were there, Brian, people are able to just rip seats off and just rip them out of the stadium.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah, but they were walking out with like signs, like handicap signs. Yeah. I was like, dude, this isn't closing up anytime soon. This is not like the Vet was or where these stadiums are closing.
Yeah.
This has got another 4 years at least, probably more.
And here it is, the Tennessee Titans, their stadium opened up in 99. They've got funding, you know, with Nashville to be in the middle of Nashville.
I think they're trying to get too cute, like where to put the stadium. I don't know if it's a leverage thing. Nowadays, just put it into an industrial park where you can get in and get out. Mass transit, especially as everything's going through the roof with prices and shit. It's nice to be able to just hop on something and be a few blocks away and roll up to the stadium. Why do they want to have it, you know, in some... I think it was more of a leverage thing. Like you said, Mark, they were just leveraging... Maryland.
They thought that they were going to be able to, and Virginia's kind of said, forget it, we're out. We're not giving you squat.
Yeah.
And so, but it's going to end up being in Maryland. Probably.
I was just curious what you thought about it because it seems like it's heating up. I think what you'll find, in my opinion, it's all going to die down quick, and Daniel Snyder leaving is going to be a distant memory. I'll be surprised if they get rid of him because you're opening up
This is
issues.
not the first time that we've heard this, because from the time when they heard about the cheerleaders that were I'm trying to remember what
passports and stuff.
Yeah, they took the passports basically away and made them, you know, dance topless and do stuff for season ticket holders and things. From that point on, you thought, okay, this is going to come back to Snyder, but then you had the Jay Gruden and the John Gruden stuff, and there's been so much. You had the last year the head trainer got busted by the DEA, okay, because he's dealing in prescription drugs for people and stuff. The DEA got the head trainer for the Commanders. I mean, come on.
Yeah, these billionaires are probably, I hate to say it, they were probably on the plane going to Epstein Island. So I'm not trying to be funny, but that if you got money and you're powerful, it seems like that would be the type of thing that you'd be involved in. I mean, they're just... their moral compass is gone. It's gone.
You figure you can do anything you want, and you can get
That's
bored
what I mean.
real easy. So let me try something a little crazier. But so there is definitely that kind of an aspect of it, and I'm sure that the other owners would not like to have that stuff put out there. But who knows?
That's what I'm saying. There's some skeletons. So.
I mean, and then how y'all feel about Jerry Jones was like the only owner that voted against what's the commissioner?
That to me was dumbass.
Yeah.
Man, I look at that and say that's one of the reasons why we get no breaks when it comes to officiating.
I got 2 words for you. Al Davis. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm thinking Al Davis before as he started his descent in being an awesome owner with authority to being annoying and then just downright embarrassing.
Well, Brian, they said that Al Davis was Jerry Jones's hero. They said that he
but that's what it's
nowadays.
That's what it's reminding me of. It's like, dude, why do you got to be the Maverick? You haven't won shit in 27 years. Shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You win a Super Bowl, and then maybe you could flex a little bit. Right now, you're going to argue over what? What are you arguing?
Check this out.
Because you don't like how much he's making. The owners love him. It's a cash. It's
on the good side.
It's a cash cow, right? They don't give a crap how much he's making.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't trying to have them officials come out.
If anybody who should be raising hell with him, it should be Robert Kraft, because Robert Kraft haven't won none since 2018.
Yeah,
benefit a lot of it too.
Only we're held to a standard like nobody else. It's okay. Well, we won one 6 years ago. We're the Eagles. So that's fine. Listen, that 6 years becomes 10 years, becomes 15 years really quick.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. I look at. Remember last year when CD was getting fined for not having his jersey tail in? Do you remember anybody else in the whole NFL being fined for that? Anybody?
Check this out. Micah Parsons.
Did you just hear?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
And so, but not so much the fine. Here's the problem I have, because about 30 minutes before I ended up putting we started the stream, I put a video up because you guys might not remember, but when we played Tampa Bay last year, 3rd down and 6 from the 15-yard line, Levante David takes his helmet and starts, slamming it on the turf. No penalty, no flag.
But he got fined like 2 weeks later.
9 days later.
Yeah,
but that's one of those cases
he wasn't gonna get fined until everybody start bringing it up.
Yeah,
but I don't care about the fine. That's chump change to those guys. What I care about is the fact that he should have been penalized instead of it being 4th down and us carrying a field goal. It would have been 1st down on the 7-yard line and goal to go. These things make a difference, and you don't get those calls. You can look at this year. When we lost to Tampa Bay, there's 10 penalties. We lost to the Eagles, there's 10 penalties. And you can't tell me that the Eagles only committed 3 damn penalties in that game. The way Micah Parsons is held on every other play, it's ridiculous. And you can't tell me that the NFL offices with Jerry Jones says, turn a blind eye on some of that.
Well,
shit.
I was going to say it would have to be something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's do this to Dallas. It's more of, hey, when you happen to be, working the Cowboy game, give them the business. Eva. It is what it is. It's nothing's going to change, Mark. We need to be we need to be way better in order to win it all. Not just better than the other team. We need to be way better because we need to beat the refs and all the politicking is what it ultimately comes down to. It's politics. You don't think that he don't resent Jerry Jones because he's putting out that he has to earn his money? God forbid. I will say, all this Jerry is asking is, before we give him his $50 million, I think, his $50 million salary, before we give you that, you have to meet the goals that you set out with, like any other job. I don't get paid unless I work. I got to work that. You know what I mean? You got to produce something. It's not like you're not getting paid at all.
Okay.
You just, you know what I mean?
Before Roger Goodell, the amount of money these franchises are making, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're printing
you literally
money.
Have them saying that by 2025, the cheapest franchises will be worth $8 billion.
Yeah.
They're printing money.
So
what salary cap? They don't need to have a cap.
What is $50 million to the NFL? It's chump change.
It's chump change, but for a guy doing what he's doing, he makes more than the damn president. That's
but
ridiculous.
Here's the thing, though. But see, you don't understand. Part of his job is to take the bullets from the owners.
Yeah.
Nobody goes. Everybody, when something bad happens, look at Roger Goodell. He keeps the heat off of the owners, and he makes them a hell of a lot of money. That's what he's paid for.
He's a figurehead, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm still, iffy about how he handled the Ezekiel Elliott situation.
Yeah, exactly. We look back at that whole situation, and it's like we got the short end of the deal. The man was never.
But again, that was one of those cases where the NFL had to do something because of what happened with Ray Rice, the kicker from the Giants, and stuff like that. And it's
look what's happening to the damn Atlanta Falcons receiver.
Yeah, it is now. Right, and that's ridiculous.
Are you fucking kidding me? Excuse my language. Come on, man.
A year.
He bet. It's ridiculous. He's been out a year.
You're preaching
We
to the
got
choir.
domestic violence guys. We got the dude
11
that's
games
assaulting 30 women that we know of, and he's coming back after 6-7 games, which whatever. But the guy he gambled on his own team. I don't even know if he gambled. I'm not sure what exactly it was, and he's getting a whole
I think
year.
it was $3,000 that he gambled.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand he was getting like a.
But he gambled on his team to win.
Yeah.
There was no other thing other than that.
Yeah, and that's.
I mean, it's not like you were gambling on him to lose. Then that would be a
here's
question.
where it's crazy, though, is you look at, and this is going to piss off Roz, but you look at the Miami Dolphins owner who was supposedly trying to throw games. Right? That's where the problem came with Brian
Throwing
Flores.
games for better draft picks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how is that not as
Why
bad
is he
as
still around?
Thank you.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Mark. It's ridiculous. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like the UK Prime Minister who resigned 45 days in the job, and she gets to collect 145 pounds for the rest of her life. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
It's true.
but check this out. This is a different topic. So, the Carolina Panthers, they basically selling house. How about they're trying to sell Brian Burns for 2 first-round picks?
Too much.
2 first-round picks.
Eagles want him. Let
And
them
the Eagles, they hit the Eagles up.
Yeah. Well, Philly's been talking about it.
I want the Eagles to get him. I want the Eagles to spend 2 first-round picks.
They ain't gonna do that.
You never know. I mean, they may look at it and say, we've got our quarterback now, so we don't need him.
Right.
Use it on quarterback. And go all in. Maybe they're a little scared of the Cowboys and say, well, the game got a little bit close without Dak Prescott. When Dak comes back, our daddy, we might need a little bit extra.
Hassan Reddick was nowhere to be found. Let's go ahead and get that edge, man.
What'd I do, Angelica? What'd I do? I just looked at the chat. What's up? What's going on? Gina Thorne, how you doing?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Who would, if the Cowboys are buyers, who would you would like to see the Cowboys get?
They're not going to buy anything. Stephen Jones too cheap.
Well, I'm just saying if they were. I mean, like if a possibility, like if the price is right for Stephen Jones to make the cheap deal.
Here's where the reason why I will say that the Cowboys won't is because Stephen Jones always says we believe in our own players, and what they're looking at right now is, we've got Terrell Basham who could be coming back, although they might trade him, for rumors are out there. But you look at the offensive line and you say that left guard position could be a place of need, but they're thinking Tyron Smith is getting closer and closer. Maybe in a month he'll be back, and at some point maybe we get Jason Peters together. And then you start looking at wide receiver. You say, well, Michael Gallup is going to get stronger each week, and James Washington is close to coming back. So we're going to be getting an influx of talent to our roster without having to give up anything. The Cowboys value those draft picks so highly, there's no chance that they want to get rid of them, because as they look at it,
there's 2 guys.
81% of our team is built from homegrown talent, guys they've drafted or signed.
Right.
Brian, there's 2 guys I would like, not both of them, one or the other. But if I could get Derek Brown, I would want Derek Brown. The other guy is just for upside and just his sheer talent would be DJ Moore. Outside of that,
on the market.
But
I'm just saying.
What are they going to ask for that guy? I mean, you see what they're asking
but
for.
Brown, I would like to have, man. I really would like to have Derek Brown. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember Derek Brown at the University of Auburn. He was an All-American.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting him. Just add to the line, add to the rotation, because we are giving up some run yards. So that would only that would just add them into the wave of guys. You wouldn't have that much of a drop off.
Right.
Hey man, the Yankees are going to choke this up, aren't they? Jesus.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking DJ Moore too.
They lose tonight. They done, Brian.
They're on now. I'm watching them. They're losing 2-0.
Yeah. Well, you guys are going to be going on at 7, right, Brian? And Phil?
Yeah.
What's your topics for the night?
I don't know. Me and Phil really haven't talked. We're gonna obviously dig deep into the Detroit game and Dak coming back and all the talk surrounding what we've been basically talking about. Basically, just getting into the game tomorrow. Like I said, I wouldn't worry about the game tomorrow. The only thing is, it might be close for a little bit, but I think we're going to be fine. Dak's on a mission. Dan Quinn is not happy. He looked at the film and the Lion's not happy. I think that it's going to be a good day. I really do. So.
I think what's going to happen is I think the game, when it starts, it's going to be kind of tight. But as time going in the game, I think we're going to eventually run away with it.
That's what I mean.
Because of our depth. And, I've told everybody millions of times, Detroit is a good team, but their problem is they do not learn how to finish. And, man, I know you remember this game time, Brian. I remember I said that Detroit was going to be one of the surprising teams in the league.
Yeah.
Then, I'm 50-50 because I said the Lions and the Jets. The Jets are doing good. They're 4-2.
Lions defense is just bad. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
They're just not good on defense. The rookie is doing okay out of Michigan, but they're not very good.
I will say this: we probably would have been struggling if Cooper Rush was in the lineup.
Yeah, I agree.
Because our offense ain't no good, ain't no better than their defense. You know what I'm saying? Without that,
Ron St. Brown is the real deal.
He's right?
I think he's playing. I don't know if Swift is, but their offense is elite. I just don't know that. I think we're going to put some heat on them. So
I'm not concerned about
close for a while, but we'll be
I'm
fine.
more concerned about their running game than their receivers. I feel like if we force them to pass the ball, we in it. We good. They have a pretty good offensive line, but it's not like how the Eagles are.
But if they can run the ball, then that sets up. Then it's like one of those games where you can't get them off the field, and they're looking at 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 all day. You can't have that. You know what I mean.
Defense cannot have 3rd and short.
Yeah, you got to get them in 3rd and long.
Let me tell you something. I've been looking over the film with the Eagles game, and I'm sorry, LVE and Anthony Barr. They are not hitting those gaps as fast as they need to, man. I'm at this point, I just want to see the young guys, give it a shot. I'm ready to see DeMond Clark. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get here, but I'm just ready to see, Jabril Cox out there. Just see them come out there and play.
Yeah.
Like, we need speed, man. We need
I'm with you.
Linebacker position. And I'm about tired of Jordan Lewis. I'm really tired, man. Why?
Jordan Lewis.
Why? You know what I'm saying? Why is what's so Bland? Why is Bland on?
Yeah, what did he do all of a sudden except make plays when he's in there?
Yeah,
he is better than Jordan Lewis. He is. And when I saw Jordan Lewis drop that pick, I was like, why is he in the game?
I mean, I'm annoyed with Anthony Brown. He just seems like he's always trailing. He doesn't. It's almost like he doesn't trust himself, so he wants to trail and stay close. But he's done it for us in the near. He's done it. So I think we're waiting for Anthony Brown to get his act together. But Jordan Lewis is just kind of doing nothing. Blah blah.
All right. So one more thing before we get ready to get out of here. Damone Clark, the Cowboys have until Wednesday to either put him back on IR or to put him on the roster.
When's the trade deadline?
November 1st.
Okay. So that's not going to intertwine. Let's say maybe we trade somebody and then he gets brought up into the. I don't know how you don't bring the guy up.
He needs. I'm ready.
If he's ready to play.
Does he play special teams? Do we know?
I'm thinking that would be where they would start him out with at first, and work and try and work him in slowly. But then again, who knows?
Yeah.
Ed Reed pointed out Lewis early in the week. Carrie Morgan. I didn't see that.
I'm disappointed on how Anthony Barr been showing up the last couple games. Like he's been non-existent.
Weird, isn't it? It's like you don't know. I don't think he feels comfortable yet. He's like unsure. He's not.
I mean, he had a good game against the Bengals.
Yeah, he picks and chooses. Every once in a while, you'll see him like blow up. Like, all right, there, and there he is. But
still an early season.
Yeah, it's early.
We're only 6 games.
He didn't even have a training camp, so he probably wasn't doing much.
Yeah.
So
right.
All right, good people. All right, so prime time and game time.
Yeah, we'll be on at 7.
They'll be on at 7 o'clock. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, we're going to break down the Eagle game.
Yeah, and speaking of Eagles, I've got a video I got to do of wearing a freaking hat. Surprised they're not all in here. Where's our video? Where's our video? Yeah, it's like, Jesus Christ. You guys.
Mark, you know what really pissed me off about the Eagle fans?
Everything?
They always expect for everybody to kneel down to them. I'm like,
yeah,
they're mad that they're not getting everything.
Hey, the Eagle fans, man, I get a lot of joy from them. I hope
you
they
do.
look
I
up
give you credit, man. On Twitter, you're very generous to those people.
I
That's
do,
nice.
but I also troll them too.
You do. You saw what I said to Lord Brunson. He was saying he put something up regarding we're all saying, if Dak was there, we would have won. Well, he owns you. He's 7-3 against you. Okay,
yeah, let's be clear.
Odds are he would have won.
Even with Cooper Rush, now again, statistics.
I meant Detroit game. We're not breaking down the Eagle game. I meant the.
It's not like the Eagles did major things on offense. I mean, Hurts had 19 yards running. He had 153 yards passing. They had a total of, I think, 250 yards, 253 or 255 yards.
Just remember this, Mark. Just remember this. They were getting the ball.
Yes,
they were getting the ball in our territory, so the yardage isn't necessarily going to be there.
Again, my point being is you give a team the ball 4 times on your side of the field.
Yeah.
You're supposed to lose. You're supposed to lose.
3 turnovers.
And a 4th down on your 35.
Yep.
Yep.
And the coach doesn't review it easy.
In fact, you should
down.
be getting blown out in a game like that.
Yeah, it should have been blown out.
Yeah.
This should have been ugly. It was what? The 20-3 at halftime?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. They're going to lose to the Steelers, so I ain't worried about it.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, they're going to lose to Pittsburgh. They're going to lose
to Pittsburgh. I think they play them at home.
It's going to be one of them games they should have won but lost.
James,
I don't think they will.
I'm putting that juju out there on them.
I hope you're right.
I think they'll beat the Steelers.
Yeah, I think it's.
I got to rub a little bad juju on them.
Michael Dana, what up? Philly would have been shaking in their boots if Dak played last week. Listen, they would have lost there was plays to be had. Now, if Dak played like he played in week 1, then maybe not. But there was plays in the middle of the field that whole first half.
Yeah.
Wide open. And they didn't capitalize. That's what happens.
Yeah, because it was almost as if Philly was like, we giving you the middle.
I mean, when Chris Collinsworth has to say it, it must be open because he's horrible.
Yeah, because it was almost as if Philadelphia was saying, "Hey, we're giving you the chance to beat us. Take advantage of it," and he didn't take advantage of it.
I'm just surprised how they're jumping right to, we're sweeping you this year. Now,
they swear on that one.
They just automatically assume that they're going to go in and do the old Merry Christmas Philadelphia, but like again.
That's just a fan base that not used to winning.
Yeah.
I told Mark a while back. I told him, I said, "Look, Mark, Philly have always had this habit from back in the 90s. Philly always had the reputation of starting off fast and fuming late. Their gas tank would be in fumes late in the year. Don't be surprised if that happened. It happened back in 2018 when they had something like a 4-game league on us. Remember that?
Yeah.
This was after that Super Bowl year.
Atlanta Walker says in the chat, "Don't be hating. We won." No, that she said Atlanta.
We
can be hating. Yeah, no, hell, we can't. We can be hating.
We said good game. We just didn't bend the knee and say you're our daddies, and that's it. No, you beat us. You were a touchdown favorite almost, and you won against us with a backup quarterback.
So
Congratulations.
There you go.
Yeah, and you were supposed to have won.
See what happens next time.
And you did that. But next time on Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas. We better. If not, it's going to be an ugly Christmas. I'll tell you right now. I better buy my gifts early because people ain't getting shit.
I'm not going to comment on that because we already know what the outcome is going to be on Christmas Eve.
I hope you're right, Thomas.
Presents, man. That's all it is. So nobody in Montgomery County. Yeah, I know what county it's in. It's Philadelphia. Nobody in Montgomery County is getting Christmas presents. You got the Christmas present last week.
Bah humbug.
You should have waited.
All right, good.
You should have waited.
All right, we're going to get ready to roll up on out of here. Don't forget to check out Prime Time and Game Time at the top of the hour.
I'll see you guys.
And we will be starting out at about 12:45 in the morning. Excuse me, in the early afternoon.
In the morning, man, you get an early start.
It'll be morning for Central, Mountain, and Pacific time. But 12:45 Eastern, we'll start our coverage, and we got 3 games on tap that we got to pay attention to.
It's gonna be a busy 1 o'clock, man.
It's gonna be a very busy.
What's the food? What are you
we're
doing?
having a 3-foot Reuben.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do it like the Cubans Club. So that's gonna be nice.
Who's coming over?
I think DMV's bringing a couple of friends. I think E2 Blue's coming over.
What was DMV talking about on Twitter? Was somebody call him out or something?
I have no idea. I don't do that much Twitter.
No, but you commented. You said, "Damn, he."
I think I think
these Eagle fans, man.
I think people are hating
something about
on
a
people.
channel that he's not.
Yeah,
whatever.
People get jealous of somebody. Here's the thing that's funny. And I've had this, when I've been, a general contractor and stuff, and I'm running the job. People hate to see you do well. Mm-hmm. And so as a general contractor, people be like, oh, well, he's making a whole bunch of money. Well, here's the thing. If I'm making money on this job and I can pay you what you asked for to do the job too, and you're making money, where's the problem?
Yeah, exactly.
And so somebody else will see somebody else doing well, and
you
then
get
of
what
course
you put in for it.
we'll hate on them because they're doing well.
Misery
you
loves
stop
company.
looking at the other person and why they're doing
James.
well. You got to look at yourself and say why I'm not doing well, and what do I need to do to get to where they are.
Exactly.
You only get out of something what you put into it.
Right.
On that note, I'll see everybody.
Thank you, everybody. I'm so happy I can see Angelica Barone, of course, in here. And,
stop blocking people, Mark. Jesus.
Lord. Oh, look at the cutie there. Okay.
Blocking the poor lady.